So have you ever found yourself scrolling through home listings and just feeling that sense of frustration build? Like you're chasing a target that just keeps getting further and further away. Well, you are definitely not alone. For a whole generation, that dream of owning a home feels, well, pretty much out of reach. But what if the answer wasn't just about tweaking policies? What if it was about a total revolution in how we design, fund, and actually build our homes? Today, we're going to look at a new blueprint for affordability, and it's powered by AI.
All right, let's just get right to the heart of the problem, shall we? Take a look at this. Over the last 5 years, home prices in the US have just exploded. We're talking a 50% jump. Now, put that next to how much our paychecks have gone up, maybe 15, 20% in that same time. You see that? That's not just a gap, it's a chasm. And it's getting wider every single year, making it pretty much mathematically impossible for a lot of people to even think about catching up.
And then you throw this number into the mix, $1.7 trillion. That is the mountain of student debt that millions of Americans are trying to climb. And look, that's not just some big, scary number on a screen. It directly hits your ability to save up for a down payment. It messes with your debt-to-income ratio when you go to apply for a mortgage. It's a financial anchor, plain and simple, and it's holding back a whole generation of would-be homebuyers.
So yeah, this is way more than just an economic problem. It's a deeply human one. These numbers we're looking at, they're fundamentally changing the timelines of people's lives.
The personal fallout is pretty stark. The starting line for even buying a first home has pushed all the way back to age 33. And get this, the rate of homeownership for young adults has dropped by a third compared to what it was for our parents' generation. That student debt we just talked about, on average, it adds another 7 years to that delay. And all of this is happening at a time when we are literally millions of homes short across the country.
And the ripple effect just keeps going. It goes so much deeper. When people can't find a stable, affordable place to live, it starts to affect the most personal choices a person can make. The Urban Institute found that the financial strain from housing is one of the top reasons young adults are putting off getting married and having kids. It's reshaping our society from the ground up.
When you look at all this, it's really easy to feel, well, defeated, right? Are we just locked into this endless cycle of renting where owning a home becomes a luxury only a few can afford? Well, maybe not. This is the part where technology, and AI in particular, steps into the picture with some genuinely exciting ideas.
So the first and maybe the most obvious way AI can help is by going straight for the source of the problem, the insane cost of actually building a house in the first place. And this really happens in 3 key ways. First up, think of AI as a super architect. It can spit out thousands of hyper-efficient home designs in seconds, all designed to cut down on waste. Then, it puts on its financial analyst hat, predicting the prices of materials so builders can buy lumber, concrete, you name it, at the absolute best time. And finally, inside the factory, AI and robotics are streamlining what's called modular construction, basically building homes with insane precision for a fraction of what it costs the old-fashioned way.
And we are not talking about saving a few bucks here and there. The potential savings are honestly staggering. According to industry reports, that AI-optimized design alone could cut costs by up to 30%. Smart supply chains can chip off another 15%. But the real game changer? Modular assembly. That could slash construction costs by up to 50%. That would fundamentally change the price of a brand new home.
Okay, so building cheaper houses is a huge piece of the puzzle, for sure. But it's not the only piece. The next big hurdle is actually paying for it, right? The financing. So let's look at how AI can make the whole process of buying a home a lot more accessible.
The difference between the old way and an AI-powered way is just night and day. We all know today's hurdles, right? A limited credit history can get you disqualified immediately. Closing costs are painfully high, and trying to get zoning approval for new construction can take months, sometimes even years. AI has a direct answer for every one of those. It can build fairer credit models that look at more than just a single score. It can automate transactions to slash those fees, and it can analyze zoning laws to find the quickest path to getting a green light.
And honestly, this point on zoning is a really big deal. Instead of having lawyers and city planners spend months digging through super complex codes, an AI can do that work in a fraction of the time. It can pinpoint the best places to build affordable housing that still check all the boxes for the community. Now, streamlining zoning is a huge step, but the permitting process is its own beast. We'll tackle that in a future explainer, but the key takeaway is that AI can drastically cut down on delays and hidden costs here too.
All right, so when you start putting all these pieces together, cheaper construction, fairer financing, smarter development, you really start to see a very different future taking shape for housing.
So what does this new reality actually look like? Well, AI is basically a multi-pronged attack on the housing crisis. It can slash the cost to build, for one. It can open the doors to financing for way more people. It helps cut through all that bureaucratic red tape that slows everything down. And it can even make homes cheaper to own over the long haul with things like smart energy and maintenance systems. This isn't one single magic bullet solution. It's a whole new toolkit.
The technology is here. It's offering us a new blueprint, a real, viable path to making housing affordable again. It presents a future where that dream of owning a home isn't just decided by what generation you happen to be born into. The tools are on the table. The only question left is, are we ready to start building?